In the last video I did, I told you about a doctor appointment I had coming up, and I actually had that appointment last week. I was scheduled for a sigmoidoscopy with the colon specialist that I have. However, that didn't happen. The doctor visit went a whole another direction I wasn't planning on. My husband went with me, and so we're waiting for him to come in the room. And so he comes in with his assistant. He shuts the door, and immediately I knew things were not going to go well. The tension was awful. You could have cut it with a knife. It was so thick. He looks at his assistant and he rolls his eyes, and we've all seen the look. We've all given it. Kind of rolled his eyes at her like, yeah, she's the one that didn't do the surgery, disobeyed me. And so anyway, I just knew it was not going to be good. He walks over to his computer and he kind of scrolls down through the notes. I have not seen him since last year. And he reads his notes. He's like, no-show letter, August 2008. And I had to remember what that was about. And I remember he'd written me a letter. I still have the letter, actually. And I did not respond back because I'd already talked to him. I already told him I was not going to do the surgery, that I was going at holistic, so I didn't even see the need to respond back to the letter. He was just letting me know how the seriousness of the situation he thought, let me know what he thought about that. But so anyway, then he gets done with that, and he just looks at me and he's like, now what can I do for you? And I said, well, I'm scheduled to do a sigmoidoscopy, and so he wants to know like what I've been doing over the past year. And I told him, I said how great I'm feeling. I said I still have a few symptoms. And he just argued with me on everything. He said that that I feel good because this is a silent killer. And I said, well, that can't be true. I was very sick before I started the H diet, and so I was sick, and I'm not sick. And he said the reason I'm still having symptoms is because the tumor's still there. He said it's actually growing. He said that I was just again in serious trouble, like he told me last year. He said a bunch of crap over my life, how that now the cancer's probably spread all through my body. Instead of just right in that one area. He just I even at one point I said, you act like you're mad at me. And he said, no, he's just very disappointed with me. So we just kind of went that way for a while. And then I looked at my husband like, we just need to get out of here. And so needless to say, it just was not a very good doctor visit. I've heard of that thing happening before with other Howley Acres people that have done this diet, and the doctor has argued with them and gotten upset with them for not doing the surgeries or the chemo or whatever method they want to use to treat the cancer. But anyway, so it just, needless to say, it broke my heart, and I left the place feeling very defeated and very worried because I do have a few symptoms of the cancer. And so I had to call my kids, and they're waiting to find out what he says, and I had to tell them what had happened. And of course it devastates all of us with his opinions. And so anyway, I think that was possibly the worst day I've had since I've been diagnosed with cancer. I know it was the worst day. The kids come over that night so we can talk about things and just reevaluate, and maybe so that's just what they did. So we got together, and it ended up being a very long night. I broke down for the first time that I had been diagnosed. I think I cried for about 2 hours, which is probably a good thing. It released probably a lot of built up things I'd had over the year, because I had not ever done that. Even as great as I felt, and knowing that I'm doing exactly what I need to do, still is a weight on your shoulders because of what you're battling and what you're facing. So anyway, I probably cried for a couple hours. Then we ended up with prayer, and it was a really good night. And so it caused me to reevaluate a lot of things, and I decided that the holistic and medical cannot obviously mix. So I've got connected with a holistic doctor, and I've sent all my records over there to him, and having that appointment this week. And I kind of, went back through my journals that I kept all through the last year and searched my heart and know I've done the right thing. And I believe in what I'm doing. I've felt great through this past year. I do think that the last few months I'd gotten very comfortable and maybe getting a little too forgetting the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing and maybe getting a little too comfortable in the diet. So I'm going to give it 110%. I've emailed the people I work with at H Acres, and I really didn't cheat a lot, but I think I ate too many things that maybe I shouldn't have. I was eating potatoes out in restaurants that probably weren't the best for me, and so I was doing a few things I probably shouldn't have. I'm going to rest more because your body cannot heal if you're always on the go. In other words, the juice is just keeping you going. It's not healing your body. So I kind of am reevaluating all that, and I'm going to rest a lot more, and let my diet do its job so I can get rid of this tumor once and for all and not just feel good but be completely cancer free. So it was a really hard day, but it ended up with a lot of good results because my goal is to get past this and to get on with my life. In the meantime, I just want to be a voice to let people know that what's going on. I think all this stuff is way too quiet, and there are different alternatives to healing diseases, and because I still believe in 110%, and so I'm going to give it my 110%. So anyway, that was pretty much the gist of the doctor visit. I want real answers, not just opinions, and hopefully I'm not as bad as he says. I mean, he's pretty much counted me off as not being around much longer. So hopefully, and I do believe things will, I've got to even remember, I'm serving a God that is bigger than all this anyway, and He's a healer, and I know that I did the right thing by doing this diet, and I don't regret it. A lot of people will do the surgeries and then do the diet, and they can be pronounced cancer-free a lot earlier. I just did not feel like that was what I was supposed to do at the time. So I'm still very happy with my decisions, and I followed my heart, and I heard a thing today on TV how Kennedy, they were talking about walking on the moon, and he said that we don't do it because it's easy, we do it because it's hard. And I thought, well, that suits my life right now. So anyhow, I'm still hanging in there. I will let you know the results of the holistic doctor. So I'm excited about that. And there's a scripture in Hebrews that talks about holding fast to our confession of faith, and so I'm doing that. And I'm still excited, still going strong with the diet. No matter what he says, I believe in my heart I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So anyhow, I will just keep you updated, and I'll keep juicing and keep doing my H diet, keep praying and believing God every day. And so hold fast, have a great day. God bless you. Bye.